Hey Justin, how you doing? Okay, got your work up here. This is actually a wonderful piece. This is good. You've come quite a ways here in the last week or so. So really good job. This presentation is very good. I think you've really done a good job describing the project. Now, the one thing I think that I would say is that you start with your purpose. The one thing I would start with is an introduction to the project, just your basic thesis. What do you want? What do you who are you? What are your objectives? What do you stand for, and what do you want your viewer to do? Basically, that would be the introduction. Okay. Now, the only other thing other than having an introduction that I see in the project that I would change is there's a couple of areas. First of all, I wouldn't include your contract in your presentation. It doesn't need to be there. And you can hang on to that contract and show it later on in your portfolio to show, if comes an area where you need to show your understanding of contracts. But I would not put it in your final presentation. Branding, guidelines, logo, usage, and colors. I want to talk about the logo a little bit because honestly, I think that the presentation is phenomenal. Everything looks really good. Your handout, there's your informational collateral. There's your giveaway. Everything's looking awesome. My only issue is this, and boy, it's the logo. It's just too busy. You can't read it because of these reflections on the bottom. It makes it that green. The word green has this reflection touching right on it, so it's difficult to decipher that. The earth. I would get rid of all of the reflections. Just take them out. You don't need them. Live green and love the earth. Can you try to do this? Okay, do we need the earth in there? I don't think we do. I would say just do this. Take that green and put it green, this way, horizontal. Live green and love the earth. And just make it a typographical, because when you see as it gets smaller, it's really difficult to ascertain what it is. Let me even show you a better example. Take a look at this and keep an eye on it. This is one of my favorite little tricks to do. Is just to back off. Now look what's happening. You're starting to get these artifacts down here that are starting to encroach on the actual mark itself, and it's even worse at smaller spaces, because now it looks like there's almost two pieces here. So I recommend addressing that, and the way I recommend addressing it is to handle it typographically, like I suggested, and then move the reflections, and I think it'll be good. The only other comment I have is that some of your pages are a little cluttered. For example, this page here has very little typographic hierarchy, or where do you want the viewer to look, I guess is what I'm asking. And you can see the same thing on a couple of the other pages here, for example. I mean, you have your text. Presumably you want the viewer to start there, but then you have these are presented just in kind of a way that there's no way to tell what you want the viewer to look at first. Okay. All right. Other than that, awesome job. Okay. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know, and I will clarify. Thanks very much, Justin.